Right, kiddo? Yes, I see it. We've gotten our snow, and we're not done yet. And the Essential Bowl is just chilling like a villain back here. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? You're actually in a really good spot. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. All right, it is Saturday afternoon. A little different start today. This morning, Dad and I did some running around. We needed to go find some battery cables. Dad went and had gotten the batteries for new batteries for the 44, and then we had noticed on the 42 that the one ground cable isn't exactly the greatest, so we wanted to replace both of those. So we went and picked those up this morning. Plus it ended up being like right at lunchtime and all that stuff. Badgers are in the Big Ten tournament, so we are going to get going now, but we'll start out in the barn, because I think one thing we definitely need to do is some bedding, but it is also kind of the calm before the storm. It's pretty decent out today, but starting tonight around 7-8 o'clock, we're supposed to start getting snow. So like all said and done, between now and Monday morning, we could get anywhere from like 10 to like 20 inches of snow, depending on where that lands. But another one of those long-awaited calves have finally showed up. So here's photos. Heifer calf. Right, kiddo? Yes, I see it. And she's got the like a little stripe of white right on the side of her face. A couple of white socks on the back. She's a nice looking animal. More than likely, she is a true justice. She is 8 days late for that AI date. But more than likely, she is an AI. We will definitely DNA test her, because whether she was a true justice, the fact that she's true justice out of photo would definitely put her high on the list for keeping, at least potentially. And the way that Nikon turned out there, being that if for any reason she was a factor daughter, she would still be a very good candidate to be on the keep list. I think I'm going to grab my four-wheeler and I'm going to do just a little bit of plowing just on the edge of my driveway to push stuff to the side. Thinking tomorrow is going to be a little bit in the shop, but more likely very heavy on snow removal, because we're probably going to have to plow tomorrow in the middle of the storm. All right, so down at the shop, as far as the 29 goes, we don't really have a whole lot of stuff that we want to do to it. We did wax it up last time. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of like nicks and stuff like that are on it, but for the paint that is on there, we just kind of wanted to spruce it up just a little bit. So we had noticed that on the 42, that this ground cable here was kind of getting chewed up a little bit. So we thought, let's just replace that. As long as we were getting cables for the 44. We also have on order, well, not really on order, but they found them. I think they're used, but a new used top, because it doesn't have this little lever. So he has this held down with a bungee. But then this battery box is actually kind of rotted out. So all told, that for like, and I think they are used components, used / aftermarket. I think that was like $100 and some bucks or something, 120. But what we did is we got new battery cables for the 44, and those cables are actually to convert to 12 volt batteries. It had 6 volt, 6 volt run in series, and now we're running 12 volt in parallel. So yeah, we decided to do that. Get a little bit better starting. All right, got those battery cables on, but not a big deal. Everything fit, everything's decent. And honestly, we got them all hooked up and realized what time it was, and we're like, oh shoot, we got to get going. We're gonna do some bedding. Loafing shed's gonna need some bedding, and in the barn we'll need bedding. Not getting any extra silage for the cows because they still have plenty. We noticed that yesterday, so we just kind of topped them off. So yeah, these guys are gonna have fun in here now. Even the little guys. I don't know if you can see that. But everybody back here is doing really, really well. Even with all these changing temperatures and stuff. Very little hint of scours or anything like that. Now we're gonna try and slip a straw bale in the barn. So this is always a little tricky, but we'll distract these guys with some grain. Even though 913 is a little bit of a crotch, shouldn't be too bad, because once I get the bale in, then I'll close this red gate and then open up these gates. Everybody can kind of mingle, and then we'll be able to get that bale unrolled. No. Hey, go away, Mom. Go away, Mom. Yeah. Hey, bitch. We've got everybody bedded that needs to be bedded. Did bring Helga in. Her bag's been making some pretty darn nice progress. I also do have a breed date on her, so she technically, what is today, the 14th? Yeah, I know, you're due in a few days. Today's the 14th. She is due on the 18th, so it would be Wednesday. But her bag's coming along pretty darn good, and with weather like this, you never know what's going to happen. That little 913 here, she is very spry. She's doing really good. And then Photo, her little lady. I like that little white swatch she's got on the side of her face. That's cool. So it's really neat to see. So Photo is a D model. Yeah, so letter D was 2016. So she does turn 10 years old this year, which she did turn 10. I think her birthday was just a couple of weeks ago. It's been really nice to see her have a couple of really nice heifer calves the last 2 years. Nikon out there, she is legit. If she's not the best heifer out there, she's the second best heifer out there. And she's a factor daughter, so, I mean, you give kudos to Ma, you give kudos to Dad a little bit. We'll see how she does in production. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding. She might be a complete flop, but I don't think she'll suck. And then we'll find out who this little lady is from. I do hope it's True Justice, but she's doing real well. She was kind of trotting around here before. We've got all fresh bedding in here, so she'll be just fine tonight. For anybody, you get a couple of cows that you really like, and you want replacements out of them. I know Dad probably wouldn't like it, but I would like a heifer out of Helga. Oh, she doesn't have the greatest back feet set. It doesn't ever slow her down. It doesn't prevent her from getting bred. They're just not the greatest. The rest of her, I really like. She's got a good bag. She's got decent temperament. Good mothering. She can have 100+ pound calves without even blinking an eye. None of her calves have carried on that trait of those bad feet. I've seen her sisters, her mom, all that go through Stanley's sales, and they don't have that one, those back feet set. I still wouldn't mind keeping a heifer out of her because I do believe in you're always trying to upgrade, and if that upgrade does not turn into an upgrade, then you get rid of that upgrade because it obviously wasn't. So, all right, that's enough rambling for one day. We're going to find out what we wake up to tomorrow morning. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, we've gotten our snow and we're not done yet. So I brought in Helga yesterday, and it's a good thing I did because at 1 o'clock I woke up and literally at 12 o'clock, nothing. She's just laying there. Woke up at 1 o'clock and she's got a little calf next to her. I'm like, what the hell? So I kind of made a pen. We'll show you that all later. So that was a good thing. Little bull calf, nice, really spunky. He's been up, he's been sucking. He's doing all right. So he's in pen 1.5. We have pen 1, 2, 3, and the back pen, pen 4. He's in pen 1.5. We've created a new pen. But just about 15 minutes ago, I had to pen up Peasy in pen 1 right next to the door because she's starting. She's already got a foot out. So I figured the snow has lightened up a little bit, so I might as well start plowing snow. When I was out at 1, there was 2 inches of snow. When I let the dog out, when he finally decided he wanted to go out at 8 o'clock this morning, we had probably 12+ inches. And we're not done yet. We're supposed to get a little bit of a break around 3 o'clock, but if it snows like this, it's not so bad. But better start getting ahead of it now than to wait till later. Plus, if she's calving right now, I'm gonna be out in the barn and walking through, there's 16 inches out here in some spots, and that's not fun to walk through. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I've got right behind the vehicles and stuff like that done already. Got a little bit right next to the garage, but just trying to get the bulk of it out of the way. So if you got to drive the vehicles, you can do it. And at least this stuff is pretty fluffy. It's definitely not like the snow we got the other day. This stuff is, you can work with this pretty easily. Get it into a spot that I can come back later and push it where I'm pushing the rest of it. Alright, so I got most of the driveway done. Peasy just had her calf, solid black, little white socks. I'll show you him later, little bull calf, really nice. Good job on her part. Alright, so just a little update. I did about 4 laps trying to just make a path, but there's just so much here, it just falls on one side and falls on the other side. So I'm not really making a huge amount of headway. So what I started doing, and we've done this before, is we're just pushing it off to the side. And I'm going only to the west side. One, that way I'm heading south because the wind is shifting more out of the north. And even if it is coming out of the east, I'm not pushing it into the east. So it's a little easier for me. Unfortunately, this is gonna take me well over an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I'm gonna have to come back over it tomorrow again too. after about 3 hours of plowing, it's only marginally okay. Tomorrow will be another big plowing push. So we got that guy. That was just born a couple hours ago. That's the one that was born early this morning, like 1 o'clock. So at the end of the day, we still just have a real big mess on our hands, and tomorrow we'll have to do some more cleanup on it. We do have to get a bale back to the loafing shed, so we'll see how that goes. There we go. We got water. All right, so this is the big check. 3, 4, 6. Right? That's what we got back here. Oh, no, there he is. Thought we had 7. And the Essential Bowl is just chilling like a villain back here. Hey buddy, how are you doing? You're actually in a really good spot. They're all doing really nice. It's really nice in here. We do worry sometimes about this roof getting too much weight on it. There is about 16 inches of snow up there, so fingers crossed we don't have any issues. If it can just make it to Wednesday, then things will start melting. So we gotta put the bucket back on because Dad cannot get up the barn hill. It is nice to see that nobody really seems stressed. Even these calves out here, you know, they've got a little bit of icicles coming off of them, but honestly, that heifer's been in heat since I woke up this morning. So that whole pen has been running around like a bunch of goofballs. But like these cows that have spent the most of the day outside, those cows over there in the main group, nobody seems stressed out, which is really good. Oh. There we go. Yeah, that should be better. And having that bale in the front will give Dad all the weight and traction he needs. Unfortunately, with that barn door off, all these doors are not where they're supposed to be, so we got snow blowing in here. All right, so what did we do? Sort of broke one of our rules that we had issues with last year. We did not put another pair in the back. One, these two are kind of crotches, so we left them alone. What we did is Photo was in here, YC913 was here, then Helga. We opened the green gate, and it seems like putting an extra pair between these two pens works out better because you can kind of spread them out a little more, and you can divvy up, like if one's eating over there or two over there and one over here, it just seems like it keeps them a little calmer. There's plenty of room. There is plenty of room in here for them. Then this guy, this is the one that was born at 1 o'clock this morning. And honestly, he has got such a gut on him already because he definitely has eaten. And Helga has got some really good groceries. She's got a nice bag on her. But he's a bull calf as well, but he'll become a steer. Just got to double check that he's polled. He should be polled. There's only a 25% chance that he's not polled. And wouldn't really, not that he wouldn't be a good bull candidate, but we'll keep him a steer. We already have a nice kingpin bull out there, so we'll rock him for the year. He can be a nice feeder. And then that black one that was born midday while I was plowing, she got put into pen 1.5. So she has access to water, and unfortunately it looks like that water is a little dirty. So we'll have to make sure we clean it. There's definitely some good bedding over here for them. He is definitely spry, and he's gotten on. He's been running around already and bucking, so he's doing really, really well. So then that leaves the first part of this pen. One, the cows have a little bit of space to come inside. And then they have access to hay, and they have a little bit of hay outside. So now we got to see if we can get them water. All right, we are done for today. Everybody's been checked over, everybody's fed, everybody's got fresh hay. We just did our grain for the calves. Nobody really got corn silage today. Because honestly, the one day they don't need it. They got fresh hay and they are just destroying it. Plus, to get over by there, we would probably have to spend about a half an hour just cleaning over there. We were able to get that hose thawed out, and I actually do have off tomorrow because of the size of this storm, and we were supposed to have a blizzard. I mean, we're technically in a blizzard warning until what, like 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, it's been a hell of a weekend. This is not the kind of snow I like to see at all. Like 50% of what we got. I think in town this morning, they said by 10 o'clock we had 19 inches. So probably we hit like maybe 2021, give or take, but I'll see the finals tomorrow morning on the news. But yeah, I mean, half this amount is like my max that I even want to tolerate. So unfortunately, this is happening now towards the end of the season, because this would have made for some awesome snowmobile trails, and some winter enthusiasts really would have. The only ones that are going to take advantage of it is the ski hill, and it looks like the ski hill, it looks like they're open. I mean, fresh powder, I guess. All right, so make sure you guys catch the next video so you guys can find out how we fared through the entire storm. You guys obviously know what I had to deal with today, which is a lot of plowing, but tomorrow there's going to be more plowing, and we'll probably break out the four-wheeler tomorrow to do some cleanup work. But also, how did some of our calves turn out? How did those three handle each other? And who's next to pop? So stay tuned for our next video. So on your way out, hit that like button, help support the channel. And of course, you got any questions about how we did in the storm, please leave them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, follow along for more, find out how we did in the storm. And as always, thanks for coming along.